Start. Hello viewers. Wednesday Whispers brings us Renu Kaul Verma. I call her the Iron Lady of the publishing industry. And why I call her that? Because she is one lady who has really the guts to publish really controversial issues, which if I was in her place, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Seriously, she is one lady who's published our special book of epilepsy butterflies, a very controversial subject, one which is full of stigma, which I think most publishers refused, and a book very close to my heart. And please welcome her, Renu. And she's why I chose a lady to publish my book, because this book is something very, very, very special for me. And Renu is a Kashmiri lady. It's very cold. She's got all the ton from there. Renu, welcome to our Wednesday Whispers. And we're going to.
Thank you for having me.
And we are going to do a little gupshup. I see, Renu, I'm wearing Kashmiri jhumkas for you. And she's wearing purple. I'm wearing purple. I'm wearing purple gloves for you. And we are going to do a little gupshup, 15-20 minutes. Renu, I want to ask you, why did you take such a challenging script? Why have you taken a topic about epilepsy, especially knowing when you had already published a book previously? I think you had published on epilepsy before, knowing it did not do very well in the market. And probably this one also could have not done well in the market, knowing, that epilepsy is such a stigma. So why did you take this? It will not sell very well. And as a publisher, log shayad nahi kharidenge isko. Why did you take this subject? What was the reason behind it? Did you like because of the epilepsy warriors? Did you like the script? Or, what was the reason? Why did you choose this script? Why did you pick this up?
Preeti, first of all, let's stop calling it a stigma. Not for a moment did I think that epilepsy is stigma, and I think none of us should think that way. So when I received we have this category called wellness, and we have done about 20-30 books in that category. And we also did an epilepsy book before, which was written by a neurologist. So it was more of, from a doctor to a patient or the caregiver. So it didn't have, it was very, it was, basically how to differentiate between different kinds of seizures. So, every seizure is not an epilepsy. So it was from that point of view. And when I received your manuscript, first of all, there was nothing, no controversy. I didn't find it controversial. Why should it be a controversial book? It was just like any other book. It was highly engaging because, I found it much more than epilepsy. It had poetry, it had fiction, it had non-fiction, it had self-help. So it was, everything rolled
into one. Yes.
And quite engaging. And I thought that, see, there is always this commercial thing at the back of the mind, but otherwise the book was brilliant, and there was no reason why I shouldn't have taken it up.
So didn't you during the COVID times, what was the most challenging thing it was really challenging finding the print, because we had planned we'll have a launch in Delhi. We had planned so many things about this book. So during the COVID time, wasn't it very challenging taking out the book, the printing, the distribution and everything behind it? I mean, it must have been tough.
See, this has been a bad time for everybody, not only
For
publishers, but publishing, because publishing, publishing is a very difficult terrain, and
process,
it
yes.
is always, we are always in a crisis. So I think it was much easier for publishers to fight this time than others, because we are always
Hmm.
in a crisis. So
Yeah.
there was no challenge as such. Yeah, the first 2 3 months it was difficult for. I think I didn't do very well with work from home thing. I think most of us women found it difficult to work from home, because having everybody around, and then all the time you were in kitchen, and then
There
washing
were no
dishes,
maids. There were
cleaning.
no maids
There was
also.
hardly
Between,
anyone.
yeah.
Exactly. So since I was not able to work from home, I was not very productive. So I couldn't even demand work from my colleagues. So first 2 3 months just went like that. But then I told myself, no, I cannot go on like this. So I started working. I started going to office regularly. So it's been now 2 3 months we are working from office, except for the editors. So editors with your book, I think Manjula did a brilliant job. uh,
Manjula, and
she's very
I
prompt and very.
must say, Somesh, viewers, I
Yeah,
got after
Sumesh,
Somesh is the
if
designer.
you see,
Yes, he did a brilliant job on the
exactly,
cover.
if you
On
see
the cover.
not only the cover, if you see inside pages, it is very different. It's not a
Yeah.
normal book. He's done his kalakari on inside pages also.
Yes.
So
Yes.
overall, it was
Yes.
a very good teamwork. Manjula, Kamesh, and then you also were quite prompt, because you were, as it is, very passionate. And after my life, that no, we must bring it up fast.
No,
So all
that
of us
comes.
together, I think we did a good job, and it has
It's
come
a
out really
Yeah,
well.
that comes to my next question, which Himadri was asking you with Colonel Sham's interview. That how did you deal with me, with my constant bickering at you, that kal
I
ho
am
na
not
ho.
able to hear you clearly.
With my how did you deal with me,
I'm
my
not able
constant.
to hear you clearly.
How did you? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Can you?
can hear you. Yeah, but not very clearly. Yeah,
Can
Kalpona Ho was something,
how did?
I told him also. Yes, I think I told you also. Please stop saying that Kalpona Ho. I'm
Because
a, uh, as a person, I'm a diehard optimist. So I don't want to hear talk about death. If death has to come, it will come. So
I
nobody
was
can
const
stop it. So why talk
viewers.
about it?
I was constantly every second month. I think I was constantly. मेरा यहाँ surgery हो रहा है, मेरा यहाँ biopsy हो रहा है. Renu, please publish fast. Please publish fast. I'm going to die. Please do something. Please do something. I was constantly bickering her. This is what Himadri also said. In fact, Himadri was due to take Renu's interview, but she had her father's surgery. So here I am. Renu has to jello me now. So how did you deal with
I
me? You
think
have to
that
tell.
was the only I think that was the only challenge I faced in doing this book. You were always you were rushing. You just wanted it. I didn't have a magic wand. Otherwise, I would have just done it in a month's time. And in fact, we did it in 2 3 months only. After the
Yes.
lockdown, I think it was a record time of 2 months. I think we did the book. So I really am thankful to you, to Manjula, to Sumesh. We all put in efforts to the book.
Yes, and I must be so I'm so grateful to the Vitasta team, viewers, because on 17th November, or I think on one of the dates, the cover was released. On 26th March, in fact, the cover was released. Yes, the cover was released promptly. I
Hmm.
mean, it was amazing. I mean, we had to. In fact, I didn't have to go to Delhi because COVID had just started. and the cover was released promptly. I was so touched. So that was really amazing, And okay, Renu, now coming to my next question.
Luckily,
This is Sizzler, another epilepsy warrior, saying hello to you. He will not leave me. I want to ask you, Renu, what did you learn? What was during our journey from our epilepsy warriors? What did you learn? What was your learning experience from all of us? Sister, sit down.
I think, I think there is no battle the mind cannot win. It's just a medical condition,
Yes.
And you just have to be strong enough to fight it. It's a mind game, not a disability.
Yes.
So that is what I think
that's
learned.
That's wonderfully said. Yes. Yes.
So I think you all are very strong, very brave, and you don't have to be pessimist. I mean, there is no stigma in epilepsy.
The stigma, the stigma is not the stigma is not in our mind. The stigma is in the mind of the society. We are here to remove the stigma. The book is there to remove the stigma. That's where, I mean, viewers, this book wouldn't have been possible without the Vitasta team. This book wouldn't have been possible. I mean, that's why Renu is here. That's why I'm talking to her, because I want the book to go global. I want it to, it's going to go global thanks to being in the Kindle form. And I want the world to know about her. That's why aaj aaya hai Oot Pahad ke niche. I finally got her on screen. I want the world to know her. I want the world.
Please carry on.
I want the world to know who Renu Kaul Verma is, that she's the lady behind this book. I want people to know about her, that this book needs to go global. Because, I mean, it won't have been actually possible without her. Seriously. I mean, that gratitude is always there in my heart.
Preeti, you'll be happy to know that we might soon have this on international platforms also. I'm talking to a few people in the US and UK, so it will soon be up there. So I think COVID has just be in a spoil spot, but then next year hopefully we are going to have a better this thing, and I have spoken to some people and they've shown interest. So let's see. Let's be hopeful. Fingers crossed.
Okay. I want to ask you this. I mean, world is getting so digital, Renu. So is the publishing industry going down? I mean, we are old school. We are getting old. I mean, everybody just wants to read books on mobiles and tabs. I mean, but jo khushbu hoti kitabon ki, when you read a book, is it really happening? Is it going down? Are people stop reading books? Are they going into mobiles? Is that happening?
That's not true, Preeti. That's not true at all. You have hundreds of authors writing. Hundreds of books hitting the stands every day. In fact, there are more books than there is a demand. So I don't think it's going to go down anytime sooner. Yeah, maybe next generation may not know what hard copy book is, but then another 30-40 years it's not going to go anywhere, and reading habit is not going down. I see it growing only.
Yeah, because the feeling of holding a book, the paper, the smell of a new book, that feeling a digital thing can never, it can, that's different. I can't read anymore. My eyesight is gone. But I think a larger font, I can always, or larger specs, big specs, I can always read.
20 years ago, I was working for Hindustan Times, and that time also when the digitization took place. So we all thought that there'll be no newspapers from next year onwards. But it has not happened. The newspapers have only grown. We have more and more newspapers coming. So even though now we have those PDFs circulating, but then you always want to see your newspaper in the morning. You don't have the time to read, but you want to, feel that newspaper in the morning. So I don't think it is go anywhere anytime soon now.
So that's when maybe in a short story, I'm going to write your love story, how you met your husband. Viewers, she told me over a little chit chat how this Kashmiri pretty lady met her Bihari husband. So maybe somewhere I'll write a little love story how she met her husband.
You surprised me by asking me this, and let's keep it for some other interview.
Yeah, now that comes to that comes to my last question, which is a surprise question for you, Renu, which is nothing to do with the writing or the book industry. But the surprise question for you is, after being married for so many years, and woman to woman question for the audience, and being married and being single, should one remain married or should one be single?
It's a tough question.
And that's why I'm asking. You're the iron lady. No, you're the tough lady. It's a question for men and women both.
Both have pros and cons. Being married is it has its own charm, and to remain single, I think that also has its own charm. And you are a free bird. You can howsoever empowered you are, you still have those responsibilities. So if you're single, I think you can focus more on yourself, your passion. So that way, being single, I think. And after all, as I said, we talked yesterday that all of us are single.
Yeah, you after some time you become like siblings. you become friends.
Yes.
So
Renu,
it was lovely talking to you, and once again, thank you so much for this fourth baby of mine. And believe me, without you, it won't have been possible. And this is going to go far and wide. This is going to go big.
Yes, it will.
My heart says so. Because now what is not only happening, people are inboxing me. They are calling me. They're not able to even like my statuses on Facebook because the parents and family members are watching. But they are able to call me on my number and talk about epilepsy because they have access to my number. And that one phone call is a reward to me. That one phone call itself is a victory. Epilepsy warriors who are in Chhattisgarh or small towns are able to call me because of social media, of Instagram or Facebook. They're seeing the book. And I'm sending copies to them by courier. And they're reading because of the book. And that itself is a victory to me. And मेरे लिए बस वही बहुत है कि books उनको पहुंच रही है.
And as I said, it's not only about epilepsy. It's like any other piece of literature which has everything, prose, fiction, poetry, everything, So I would urge everyone to just pick it up and read the book and then give us feedback.
And it's not only epilepsy, it's any other disability. I would tell readers, if you have any disability, come out of it. And just read this book, see the victories, see the struggles of our warriors, and just see how we've come out of it. And we're still struggling, but we're still not giving up. And Renu, I think viewers, this is one lady who can give who's been strong in the industry. I've been watching her. She's one kadak chai ki pyali. I would call her that. Why I like her? Because in the thand, she is like straightforward like me. I mean, this is one like she's straight and whatever she says, she does. With that, one Jadoo Ki Jhappi coming your way, which was due, but
I take it as a compliment, Preeti. Thank you so much for having me here.
yes, it is.
And
It is.
yes, I like to be straight. I like to plain speak is always better rather than being diplomatic. So I
Yes.
do tell my authors the ground reality, and that's how I think
Yes.
I
Yes.
get along well with authors. Yes.
Yes. Diplomacy मुझे भी नहीं आती, बिल्कुल नहीं आती. It's better to be straight. Lovely having you, Renu. And
thank you, my pleasure.
And thank you so much for this. Jadoo Ki Jhappi, which was due, is still due.
बस अब खुल ही गया सब कुछ.
बस
So
बस
maybe,
अभी I'm coming to Delhi soon.
You're most welcome, and I might also drop by Chandigarh.
Oh, come and stay with me. We'll discuss being single after marriage and even being single. Okay, Renu.
Yes.
Bye-bye. Thank you for this.
That's a good subject. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.